Hi class, welcome to day 2 in your daily grammar practice. So because we are doing this on an everyday basis right now and we're getting to know our daily grammar, we're actually doing Tuesday even though it's going to be Thursday when you're watching this. So in your daily grammar practice packet, you want to flip to the sample page. So the sample page gives you an example of everything we'll be doing with that Tom Sawyer sentence. So we already did Monday, which was to identify the parts of speech, and you guys did an awesome job at that. Today on Tuesday, it'll tell us that we will identify sentence parts including simple and complete subject, simple and complete predicate, direct object, indirect object, predicate nominative, predicate adjective, a positive or a positive phrase, prepositional phrase, object of preposition, noun of direct address, infinitive phrase, and object of infinitive. If that sounds overwhelming, you're not alone. It sounds overwhelming to me too. That's a lot. But remember, you have your cheat sheet. So on Monday, we used the parts of speech. Now we're going to turn to Tuesday. And if there was anything I just said and all that you don't know what it is, it's right here for you. So say, I'm not sure what a complete predicate is. Just look in complete predicate. It'll tell you how to identify it, which is to underline it twice. And then it explains what a complete predicate is. It's a verb plus its modifiers. And here's an example. The dog with spots likes to bark loudly. So our complete predicate is likes to bark loudly. And you know that because it is underlined twice. Then it says dependent clauses modifying the verb are part of the complete predicate of the independent clause. And it gives you an example of that as well. All right, so let's do it with our Tom Sawyer sentence. All right, now here is our sentence. Remember, it's the same sentence all week. So we're still doing Tom Sawyer is a young, playful, adventurous boy. So in your notebook, on your piece of paper where you're writing your sentence, yesterday or the day before, right, we had Monday, and here's our sentence where we labeled our parts of speech. Now you're going to write Tuesday in that margin and write your sentence again. So it should look just like this. If you want to take a look, you can pause it and write that down. Now let's look at our sentence and let's start labeling it. So the first thing we want to find is the subject. And remember, you have your cheat sheet. So let's see if we can find our subject. So if you are not sure what our subject would be, we can look in here. The simple subject says that it's the who or the what of the verb. Example, the dog with spots likes to bark loudly. So in your example, dog is, there it is. Dog is underlined because that is the simple subject. So let's see, who is our subject in this? Tom Sawyer, right? So we would underline just the once, Tom Sawyer. And that is our subject. And above it, we'll want to write the S to indicate that that is our subject. I'll give you a minute to get that done. All right, good job on that. Now, if we look back at our sample page where it tells us what we're doing, it'll tell us that we need to identify the sentence parts, including simple and complete subject, which we did already, simple and complete predicate, including transitive or intransitive verb. So let's do that part next. Where is our transitive or intransitive verb? So that would be is. And that would be a what? It's an intransitive verb. So if you look on your cheat sheet, intransitive verb, because it does not take a direct object, is VI. So we'll put a VI over our intransitive verb. I'll give you a second to do that. And then let's look back at our sample page and see that what else we need to do here. All right, now I'm sorry if this sounds so confusing, but that's why we're doing it together. And that's why you'll always have these videos for when you try it, and then you can double check your work and watch me do it and say, oh, that's a predicate nominative, not whatever I put. Or, yep, I got it right. I put that it was a predicate nominative, and it is. Speaking of predicate nominative, let's find our predicate nominative now. I just said predicate nominative so many times, it doesn't sound like a word anymore. So here we go. On Tuesday notes, we're gonna find predicate nominative. Predicate nominative is under complement. It completes the meaning of the subject and verb. Predicate nominative is a noun or a pronoun. It follows linking verb and renames the subject. What renames the subject here? Tom Sawyer is our subject, and boy renames it. So our predicate nominative is boy. So we'll put a PN above boy. I'll give you a second to do that. All right, and here we go. The last thing we need to do is our complete predicate. So we have our subject, and our complete predicate is basically the rest of it, right? That's a simple way to put it. And our complete predicate, if we look here, is the verb plus its modifiers. Like in this sentence, the dog with spots likes to bark loudly. So we're going to start with our verb, which we know is, and everything following it, right? So is a young, we're going to underline it twice, playful, adventurous boy. There's our complete predicate. And you just finished what you'll do every Tuesday with a sentence, with the sentence of the week, which is sentence, parts, and phrases. Sometimes you'll be labeling different things. So sometimes we'll have, say, indirect objects and direct objects and all this stuff on the back. As we go, we'll learn more about all of this. And I also wanted to tell you the reason grammar is so important is because we are going to be writing a lot of paragraphs and a lot of essays. And if we know our grammar, it helps us to write, it's cutting off my head, it helps us to write better essays, better paragraphs, and that is why we're doing this, so that we don't just want to write what sounds right, we want to know that we're actually writing grammar, or that our grammar in our writing is correct. So this is a great way to do it. I'm going to help you all along the way. So if you're feeling confused, don't worry, we're doing this together. And even if you're so confused you don't understand it and you're just copying me at this point, that's okay too, because as you copy and as we do this together, it's going to start clicking and you're going to start saying, oh, I understand what my predicate is. I understand what what does PN stand for? If you can't remember, remember that you have your marking guide, and if I go through and find PN, I know that it's predicate nominative. So eventually this stuff is going to start to click. It's not going to start to click right away, and that's okay. Or maybe it will. That's awesome too. So enjoy doing that, and have a good day, guys.